I go to general ledger, journals. Okay, in journals, I am going to enter a journal. So when I click on enter, I am presented with a screen where I can search or I can create a new one. So if it is an existing journal, I can search based on this. If it is a new batch or a new journal, then I can click on these and do it. Okay, let's say I want to create a new journal. So first of all, I should be creating a new batch. Even if I don't create a new batch, if I directly create a new journal, system will create a batch behind the scene. So let's start with a new batch and I will say SP journals. Okay. Now every journal must have a accounting period. So in this case, the accounting period is December 2012. No other, if there are other open periods, then we can enter over there. The latest one is January 13, which has been opened. Okay. We'll first enter, this is the current open period as per the system. So that is why it is showing this. Then control total. Control total means how much of the journals am I going to enter? Maybe I want to enter 1 lakh worth of journals. Okay. And or I can, this is plainly in terms of the numbers. So how many, and let's say I want to, okay, you can save it, one or more journals. So when you try to save it, it is seeing that there are no journals. This we are entering a batch. Clear? This is the batch screen. You can see at the top of the screen. Now I will go and create a journal. So let's say journal, I want to create SP001 journal voucher 1, let's say. Okay. Now this is the name of the ledger in which this will be entered. This is the name of the period which is coming from the previous screen. This is adjustment, means what category. It can be for different purposes, payables, receivables, budgets, additions, adjustments. So let us now leave it as adjustment. This is the currency of the journal. That is why it is mentioned as USD. Okay. This is the date and user means it will be entered by the user. The rate is 1. So whatever you are entering in dollar terms, this is your main journal. Okay, USD. After this, I will enter a journal in foreign currency and show you as well. Now, this is the account. This account is your chart of accounts that we looked at yesterday. So let's say this is relating to audit fees and I'm going to enter, let's say 50,000 as a fee. And every debit must have a corresponding credit, at least one more. So I can click on this, go here. Maybe I want to pay it from cash account, let's say. And department is no department. Okay. And this will be 50,000. So now, if you notice here, 50,000 debit, 50,000 credit, and I save it. It is saying there is a control total violation. Do you still want to save this? You say yes, it will save it. Now, if you look at the control total and behind the scene, it is telling you, you were supposed to enter 1 lakh worth of journals, but you have entered only 50,000 debit and credit. That is why it is giving you a mismatch. Next, we will enter one more journal. How will we enter? On this journal screen itself, I will click this plus sign. You see here on the top on the toolbar, new. So when I click on new, it is the new screen that has opened up. I'll say JV002. Now in this case, what I will do is I will enter it in a non-USD currency. Let's say I enter it in INR. Now here you have to choose what is the conversion type. Yesterday we had talked about conversion types. If you remember, there are 3 main ones: spot, corporate user. So if you see, if it is spot, it will look for that on that day, there has to be a rate defined, then only it will take it. Similarly for corporate, if there is a rate defined only on that particular date, it will take it. Otherwise, there is no rate, so it can't find out what rate to use. We'll instead use user. Okay. So the journal is in INR. Got it? That means it has to be converted into the currency of the ledger, which is USD in this case. So let's say 85, let's put it as 82. And then I come here again, line number 1, account. I use, say, accrued expense. 40,000. And now this one is being entered in. Okay. Let me enter a smaller 40,000. It is multiplying in dollars, right? So a huge amount is coming, 32 lakhs. So instead, I will make it as 400. Okay. So once you make it, the system will convert it into the currency of the journal. What is the currency of the journal? USD. Got it? So you have entered 400 rupees. System has converted into US dollars, which is 32,800. Understood? You can give additional notes here, any kind of description you want to add. It's not mandatory. Essential, only this part is essential. This accounted also system will automatically create for you. Is this clear for everyone? Once you have entered it, you can save it. System will again say violation, but it will update the total here. So entered is 50,400. Accounted is 82,800. Got it? Entered, it will just add whatever value you are entering without considering the currency. Is it clear, everyone, so far? Anyone, any doubt?
Sort of like the conversion, like whatever debit and credit, it is in INR, right?
Yes, this I am entering it in INR. System is converting it to USD.
But it should be like 400 rupees.
Yes.
Is equivalent to $32,800. Something different, no?
Yeah, actually, it should be the other way around. See, I have used the rate as 82 here. So what it is doing, it should have been $400 into 82.
Yeah.
I purposely made it the other way. I entered it as 82.
Okay. So one, INR is equal to kind of like reverse we did. Okay. 1 into.
That's our dream, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Wish someday that happens.
Yeah. At that whatever the limit control total you're saying, total how much we can able to debit and credit together or each entry.
It is just a see what happens, normally when you enter these journals or invoices or receipts and all, these are given to data entry operators. Okay, they will be sitting down with a bunch of journals and entering it. After some time, they might forget how much they have entered. It's like keeping a running total. You have to check each time, how much did I enter? How much did I enter? How much did I enter? Right?
Okay.
So this is just to help you keep tab. That's all. Now I will enter a third type of journal. Then I'll show you. Then we'll take this further. Let's say 003. This one USD1, I will keep it as, let's say, INR. And this time I will enter the user rate. I will enter the actual rate 0.12. Okay. So if I say one account code, alias is nothing but a short form. Okay. So when I say bad dates, it is taking all the relevant things into account. And see, if I enter 42 here, 40 INR, or let's say 8,000 INR, that is getting converted into how many dollars? $960. So how much should it be actually? 8,000 into
0.12, right? That way only do, right?
Now, if we are in dollars, it's almost $100 it should be, isn't it? So we can increase this rate and see how much it comes to. Let's say I am deleting this. Let me do it in calculator first, right? So it will be easier. Calculator is, let's say 100 into 82, let's say, which comes to how much? 8,200. That is how much it should come. Now 8,200 if I enter, divided by 82 is coming to this, right? Now if I cross check this, 1 divided by 82 is 0.012195. 0.012195. Okay, so that's the reverse. Now here, if I enter 100, 8,200, then I will get, see, $100. Got it? Now the second line, now what I'll do, I will just enter one line. Okay. That means as per the normal accounting terms, this is called as an unbalanced journal. Now, when I try to save it, system will say debit of the debit, total debit and total credit does not match. Do you want to save it? You say yes, yes, yes. Okay, now it has saved. So if you go back, this was our journals. So these are our individual journals that you are having. Okay, this was the first journal that we entered. You can do the down arrow. You can see the second journal. Press the down arrow. You can see the third journal. Everybody clear? Now, when you come to this other information, you can see something called as status posting unposted. What does posting mean? Posting means whatever journal you have entered, this is a account against which the values have been entered. Right now, you can go back and update the balance. Till you update, till you hit post, system will not update your balance. Okay. only when you update your, only when you post it, their balance will get updated. It is like this. You go to an ATM, you withdraw 100 rupees from your account. Does it immediately update the balance on your account, on your, in your savings account?
Sometime it may take some time.
Yes. Why? Because there is a posting process involved. Even if you take a check, okay, you take a check, you go to the bank, you withdraw money from your account. They will take that check and give you immediately 10,000 rupees, 5,000 rupees, 18,000 rupees, whatever you want to withdraw. But your balance will not get updated. They will say, come back one day later and then you will see the update. That means by day end, what they will do the posting. That means they will say that, okay, his balance was 50,000, he has withdrawn 10,000. So the net balance will now become 40,000. But that 40,000 will be reflected maybe from tomorrow. Got it? So here, to post it, you have to click on this post button. What does the post button do? Once you post it, system will post these balances into the respective accounts. How will you see the accounts? I'll show you in a few minutes. For now, let me first correct the control total. F11, SP, control F11. So my total journals are there. All my journals are here. Now I will go and post it. See, the process has been submitted. Okay. Now give it some time. Then you will find the process. See, it says selected for posting. Give it some time, refresh it again.
For each journal is for one account. That way you need to consider.
No, there is no rule as such over here. You can have multiple journals for the same account. For example, salary is paid to all employees, right? So everybody's entry will be against the same account. It is basically depends on what you are entering in the application. See, now it is posted. Do you get it? So this is the first journal. This was the I'm searching for my journal again. So see, there are 3 journals that have been created. Okay. This was the first one, JV1, JV2, JV3. If you want to look at the journal, see the third one that you have seen, if you remember, I had entered it as only one line. right? Now, the second one, if you want to review this, you will find system has created a suspense line. What is a suspense line? The purpose of the suspense line is to tell the system that you want a debit and a credit. You want a debit and a credit that is equal. So the second line will be automatically generated by the application, provided suspense accounting is allowed. So suspense means sometimes what happens when you are entering the journal, you don't know what the corresponding account is going to be. Or the account that you have given is, where the user gave was invalid or some mistake happened. The account number does not exist. Now, what you can do, either you can reject that account or you can continue using that account and let the person decide. But come back to it later on maybe and correct it. Okay. Or sometimes the account is missing. In a hurry, they want to ensure that, okay, this should get accounted for. In that case, this suspense account will be generated by the system. Got it? In all other cases, whatever journal you have entered, debit and credit, system is going to show that. Let's say I look at the second one. This is the JB002. I go to review journal, then I can see the debit and the credit. Whatever account I had given, the same account is being used, accrued expenses and the payables account. Got it? Everybody, anyone, any question on this?
That was like is whatever journal we created now. One you're saying like we need to have debit and credit, right? Credit entry.
At least one debit and one credit.
At least should be there. Otherwise, it will automatically create one more. If there is a difference of credit, debit it will create or something.
Correct, correct. If you have entered a debit, credit is missing, then it will create a credit line. Or if you have entered a credit, debit is missing, it will create a debit line. To ensure the journal is balanced, that means debit equal to credit.
Okay, always should be balanced. Then
yes.
Like
yes.
How much is credited? How much is debited? Okay. These are all daily transactions only, no, Saurav, whatever we entered?
Yes, these are daily transactions, sometimes month-end transactions.
But there may be difference also, right? Like how much credit, how much you have credit, debit.
Yes, these values, if you look at other journals that are in the system, for example, I go to this journal, I say find, okay, it will fetch you all the journals that are there in the system. If I go to a review journal, some of them you will find different amounts. See, there are multiple debit here, multiple credit here, but the net total of debit and total of credit must balance. Got it? How did it come? It was journal imported. It came from another module.
Okay, you mean to say like debit and credit should be
yes.
matched from that particular account.
Correct. For the entire. So that is the balancing segment we had looked at, right? Your individual, if you look at it, this second segment may be different, third segment may be different. All these can be different. See, but all of them belong to 03. So that is your balancing segment. At the company level, your debit and credit must be equal. For this journal, you can click on this T accounts and you will see a traditional way of looking at the journal entries. if you might have seen some books of account, people usually enter it by hand in these books like this. Debit, credit, debit, credit, debit, credit, like that.
So here, the credit in the sense like we can consider for any of the facilitations about infrastructure facilitation, we planned for some amount. So that should be showed against while we spending.
Correct.
That way you need to consider.
Yes, what it is as and when you are spending some money. So when you are spending, you spend it from payables here. Payables you pay to the vendor or the supplier. That information is going to come into GL here. So how will you know? You can do a search here. Go to the source. We are looking at payables. So you search for payables and then click find. See, these are all purchase invoices, payments. These are purchase invoice. So much of purchasing has been done. When you look at the review journal, these are all the different heads under which the payment has been done or the invoices have been done and they are posted. So it has come from the payables module. So when they make the payment, then a payment voucher will come like this. This is called as the payment. So when you look at this, these are the payments that have been made from payables module. So in payables, you have invoices. In payables, you have payments. Got it?
But sometimes may not be matched, no? So like complete total.
Yes.
Like
For that invoice, see, in the invoice, it might happen that you have an invoice of 50,000 rupees. 1 month you pay him 10,000 rupees. Next month you pay him another 10,000 rupees. System is keeping track against that invoice how much has been paid. Whatever is being paid, that is being accounted for. Whatever transactions you do, you should track it. That is all the system is asking you to do. And system will help you to track it. How much has been paid, how much invoice was created and all that.
So at the beginning, that what period, maybe 3 months if you're taking, in between if you check, it may not match both the debit and credit.
Correct.
At the end of that whatever effective date.
No, see, debit and credit only it will match for the journal. It will not match for the account as a whole. Account may have a debit balance, may have a credit balance.
Okay.
Only when you are entering, it should match. Now, there is something called as a line drill down. What is a line drill down? This basically means that if there are any details related to it, you can go and see it. See, this is payments. Let's see if there's anything. Yeah. So here you can see this is what has been entered in the payables module. Okay. And you can view that original transaction from here. Click on view transaction and it will take you to the payables module. See, this is the payments in payables module. And it is showing you that particular journal against which the payment has been made. The invoice, sorry, the invoice. So this was the invoice against which that payment has been done. You can see the name of the supplier is TT Services. Day before, if you remember, we had gone to that invoice screen. We were searching trading partner, supplier name, supplier number. So this is that trading partner. Got it? So from general ledger, I am getting a drill down. Drill down meaning I can go to that particular transaction and check what has happened. Where is it coming from? Okay. Anybody, any question on this?
So the journal, in the journal, when you take one journal, so if you're entering like a 2 or 3 entries, so that two, 3 entries, it will come as a 3 records in the database that we consider.
Correct. Now, when you look at the database, that table structure may be different because based on that, the entries will go into corresponding tables. For example, if I were to query this here, this is my batch, right? So when you review the batch, where can anybody tell me where will I see the name of the view or the table? Where can I see what is the name of the batch or the name of the table or the view from where this information is derived?
Starting the batch, inside batch.
Where? Yes, anyone? I only hear Alabaksh talking. What about the others? Lavanya, Taruni, China, Nandan. Today Rajshekar is absent, huh? Yes, anybody can tell me where I can look at the view or the report from where this data is stored in the database. No idea. Everybody is silent. Help. Record history. We saw this, right?
Yeah.
So see, it tells you this is the name of the view. Usually from this name, you can guess there is a table, which is GLJE batches. Since I know, I am telling you, but when you are doing it, you will check this view. Inside the view, you will find the table name. Okay, so the first table here is GLJE batches. Then from here, when you go to the journal, click on this page, this screen, this part of the screen, go to help, record history. See, it tells you this one is GLJE headers. Okay, GLJE headers. So first table was GLJE batches. Second one is GLJE headers. Then when you click on this one, you will see the name of the table here. It is GLJE lines.
This name, whatever table view and all automatically get created based on any any entry it will take while we create. I think this is already existing one, right?
Yes.
Earlier one.
Oracle has created the table structures for you. So moment you go and enter any data in the screen, Oracle will save the data in that particular table.
Yeah, but currently we created one batch, right? General and
yes.
batch,
Yes.
no? So what
Yes.
is the name it got created?
Yes, all that you will find in these tables.
This table only, or something different might have created?
No. See, when you look at the screen, this data will be in the GLJE lines. Which data? This account information, debit information, credit information, this line, this part of the screen. Whereas this part of the screen will be in which table? It will be in the GLJE headers table. Most of the information, there might be some amount of information it is taking from another table and all that you can only know when you go to this view and check from where is it getting the column. Understood?
Yeah, got like whatever we created also go into the same kind
Yes,
of
same
table
tables
or
only.
different
Yes,
table?
no, same tables.
Mhm.
Otherwise,
So
there will
when
be
they,
total mess.
okay. Like where it will be configured, starting only they would have configured, you mean to say?
Oh,
When you
yes. That is what Oracle has already created. So first time when a user buys licenses, they will have to do an installation. The installation does this. During the installation, all the tables get created, all the PLSQL procedures get created, all screens get installed, the reports get created, everything gets created.
Okay. So the batches where to go and headers where
Correct.
to go and each
Correct.
line where to go.
Everything is pre-configured. All you have to do is just configure the application and start using it. When we mean configure, like create the legal entity, create the ledger, create the chart of accounts, enable the currencies, do all that. And then like we are doing, enter journals, you will start seeing the information. Okay, everybody okay? Now,
So here,
yeah,
whatever is the screen you opened, the general name is this one only,
journal.
right?
Yeah, this
06.
is the name of the journal. This is the description. This is the name of the ledger, category, period, effective date, balance type, and so on.
So this finally, this particular journal, currently like ledger, we cannot say that is as a uh, uh, like the subtype or main ledger like that. We cannot decide.
No, primary ledger is this one, right? Vision operations. This is the name of the primary ledger.
General ledger.
General ledger is a term that is used in Oracle. This is only a Oracle specific term, general ledger.
Okay.
Okay. Now, in the accounting world, they call it books of account.
So this is nothing but a general ledger, like we can consider here.
Yes, it is a ledger. It is a journal which is entered in the books of account, ledger. And how is the journal entered? It is created like this. This is debit, this is credit. And for each account, individual account, you will get these details. So this is this account credit to debit to this line amount. This is the corresponding debit amounts that have happened. This one is 2 entries have happened. This one entry has happened. So for plus minus, it will do.